ng saranggola ni Pepe. Matayog ang pangarap ng matandang bingi. Umihip ang hangin, nawala sa paningin. Sigaw ng kahapon, nilamon ng alon. Malago ang tunog ng kampanilya ni Padre. Maingay ang taginding rosaryo ng babae. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay. Matayog ang lipad ng saranggola ni Pepe. Matayog ang pangarap ng matandang bingi. Pinilit umawit ang naglaro'y isang ingit. Lumuha ang langit at ang mundo ay nanliit. Kumakaway sa bakod ang anghel na nakatanod. Sumusuway sa utos, puso'y sinusunod. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay.
Social distancing.
Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte imposing a halt on domestic land, sea and air travel to and from Metro Manila beginning March 15th to combat the
Binago
spread
ng
of the
pandemya
deadly
ang pamamaraan.
coronavirus.
Walang harapang klase, kundi online. Modular ang mga leksyon o di kaya sa radyo at telebisyon ang turuan.
Community quarantine is hereby imposed in the entire of Metro Manila. And in other areas, the LGUs are advised to abide by the following guidelines, imposing localized community quarantine in the respective jurisdiction.
Sa totoo lang po naiyak ako. Kala nang napakahirap ng
4 na
buhay.
buwan matapos ang dapat na simula ng school year 2020-2021.
Problema pero kahanga-hanga ang dedikasyon ng mga guro, mga estudyante at mga magulang para patuloy na makapag-aral ang mga bata sa kabila ng sitwasyon.
Has been locked down, but it's a lockdown. There is no struggle of power here. Walang away dito, walang gera. It's just a matter of protecting and defending you from COVID-19.
Nakabalik eskwela na rin ang mahigit 24 na milyong estudyante sa mga pampublikong paaralan.
Breath in. Breath out. Hiding in a room of dark without a glimpse of single light. I want to go back to a room that's like a fantasy land wherein I can create my dreams and hopes in life. The memories that I created with my friends are priceless. And I want to go back. This educational system was pressing us, and there are no more laughs and excitement that can be heard in the four walls of our room. It is just the book, computer, and me being alone in the corner. In the peak situation of the pandemic, our family has been tested positive in COVID-19. When my mom received the result, she immediately texted me. At first, I couldn't believe that our family would experience things because we follow all the safety measures to prevent the virus. And at that moment, I didn't know what to do. I will also have a final exam that day, and I need to review and prepare for that. But I felt lost and started to overthink what would happen. And I've been wondering, why did I experience all of this?
One of my struggles as a student was waking up early. I woke up at 6:45 a.m. since I have a 7:30 class. And I'm going to prepare myself by preparing my breakfast so that I have energy for the morning ahead. After cooking one of my favorite breakfasts, I instantly walked to my study area and joined an online class. After a few minutes of my participating in our first class, our internet connection suddenly dropped. I quickly informed Mom, but she merely suggested to wait for it to return. Now, I'm going to attend our second class. My brother approached me and said that he will use the computer because he has an interview. I immediately said that I have a class. At this time, I'm having a hard time because we don't have enough device and our house is small. So I also have nowhere else to sit during the online class. At precisely 9 a.m., my manager in the Pylon Esports Mobile Legends squad contacted to inform me that we have a 9:20 a.m. game against Ateneo de Manila University, and I'm not sure which team to prioritize. I'm presently contacting LHIWEN to advise him that we have a 9:20 game. LHIWEN did not respond to my messages, so I attempted to call him, but I believe he is having trouble connecting to his internet connection.
Just like everybody else, it is not my first time to study and take classes virtually. But it is evident that it's a lot quite difficult to study in college online. I think it's not just me. Everyone is experiencing struggles while studying amidst the pandemic. In my case, I am currently in an esports team of PUBG, and honestly, I find it hard to manage my time as a student and as a practicing player. There are times in the past that I would have to participate in tournaments and scrims during class hours. I lose focus in both tasks as I continue. And since we're taking classes at home, it is inevitable not to do household chores. Most of the time, my mom would make a plenty of commands, even I'm in the midst of my online classes. Because of it, I'm having a hard time to catch up with their lessons, as I would have to do what my mom tells me right away. Aside from it, I always experience unstable connection during online class that irritates me every time. Slow and unstable connection is so random that I don't have time to prepare for an alternative. Upon realizing these challenges, I've learned to manage my time by setting up a schedule for my esports team, by saving money so I can buy a load whenever our internet gets unstable. And lastly, I managed to do my chores ahead of time before my online class so my family won't bother me while I'm in my class.
Every morning as I wake up, still in the midst of pandemic, I start thinking of what could be our life without it. If things are better, will I be able to have more motivation to study well, to climb my way up and reach my dreams in life, or maybe build healthy relationships with others? One of the struggles I personally encounter every single day of being a college student today is balancing my time. Though this is not big of a deal for some, but I somehow feel like I need to improve myself when it comes to this. These simple tasks I do helps my mom to lessen her works at home. It isn't really difficult, yet it consumes so much time as I have tons of school works to accomplish as well. And I don't really complain about it. I am okay with all this, with this challenge in life. It's just that most of the time, as I prioritize my studies, I tend to forget my duties at home and then feel bad about not being able to help my mom. Or sometimes I have to do these chores, then finish my school works after. That will result to lack of time. Aside from this, I have to take care of our store for at least 6 hours a day. And living in a province is really a blessing. Yet most of the time I encounter a weak signal while doing my activities at school. It is a lot harder now than before that even at night I am still finishing my tasks. Sometimes there will be loss of internet connection as well as electricity. Another day again, another day to survive and be a productive person. But wait, why is my school website already 15 minutes loading? Our network provider again. This kind of scenario is what I always experience while studying in online class. I consider it as a challenge because when I am in class session and an important information has been given by the professor, our internet will suddenly disappear or there will be no internet connection. It is a struggle for me because I can't understand the lecture and also can't catch up to my other classmates. The monthly payment of our internet is also a burden to us because it is cost 1,700 pesos and the salary that both my friends have is not enough to cover all our expenses. So, my parents are forced to borrow money to support our daily needs in this online learning. I noticed that opportunity of having a quality education is being robbed in the place of the destitute students. Despite their desire to have a quality education, they still can't because they cannot afford to have it. But looking on the brighter side of our stories, we have observed how determined and committed we are with all the tasks we must accomplish and even making ends meet. Attending our virtual classes even with the loss of internet connection or electricity, doing all the chores at home and joining different tournaments even with the tight schedules, and facing the reality of life, we have realized the things that keeps us going. It is indeed true that despite all these unusual experiences and struggles we encountered and still encountering today, we are still standing with our own feet, we did not stop learning, we are all surviving and being the better versions of ourselves. Being a college student in the time of pandemic is real difficult and quite exhausting. Still, I believe that students like us and this generation have dreams that cannot be ruined by any circumstances. Because if we first believe in ourselves, everything will follow.
Matayog ang lipad ng saranggola ni Pepe, matayog ang pangarap ng matandang bingi. Umihip ang hangin, nawala sa paningin, sigaw ng kahapon, nilamon ng alon. Malabo ang tunog ng kampanilya ni Padre, maingay ang taginding rosaryo ng babae. Nay, 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 nay. Matayog ang lipad ng saranggola ni Pepe, matayog ang pangarap ng matandang bingi. Hinuli ang ibon, pinagsuot.